Well, days after the offensive offside call from Kadarius Toney that took away a go-ahead touchdown for the Buffalo Bills, Patty Mahomes spoke about his post-game reactions.
Definitely emotion talking when I was talking to Josh at midfield. Just to lose the football game, a tough football game in a tough way. But I let it go on too long because, I mean, like I said, he had nothing to do with it. And so just show better sportsmanship and tell him great game and kind of keep it moving.
Josh Allen also spoke, saying he had no hard feelings over Mahomes' reaction.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he reached out to me, and I was just like, it's football, it's a game of emotion. You know, I know he didn't mean anything by it. I know the cameras kind of caught the last few seconds of what we were talking about, but you know, he's an ultimate competitor. He wants to win, and you know, that's why he is who he is.
I mean, does Josh Allen get upset over anything? He's so easygoing. KC sitting at 8-5 right now, still leading their division. They'll take on the New England Patriots this week. That's likely a win. As for the Buffalo Bills, it's a little trickier as they're one of 4 teams bunched on the outside in the hunt, still looking for that wild card spot. They'll take on the Dallas Cowboys at home this weekend. Two appearances by this guy, the double appearances from Luke Willson this week. How are you, pal? You're looking sharp in that's the blue tie, right? The navy blue?
That's the navy blue tie right there.
I love it. The Bills hosting the Cowboys this week, as I mentioned. They got a huge amount of help on Monday night with the Titans and that massive upset over the Dolphins, as you know. So let's take a look at the remaining schedule for the Dolphins and the Bills, Luke. And it's very intriguing if you're a Bills fan. I look at this Dolphins schedule. I mean, the Jets are much improved, but let's look past them. Cowboys, Ravens, Bills. As for the Bills, they got a couple of games against the Patriots and Chargers. So, I mean, now you've maintained all along that the Bills have a legit shot at the playoffs, but I'm going to take it a step further. Do you think they have a legit shot at the AFC East title?
I do, Jay. I do. You know, let's talk about Miami first off. It was very shocking, that performance, you know, against Tennessee. There's no way that they should not have won that game. They did not play well. But even being up 14, you're kind of getting away with one. You know, Tennessee made a lot of mistakes. And to not have that killer instinct to just put the game away, it was really eye-opening to me. So do I think Miami is a fraudulent team? No. But do I think that they're as elite as myself and many others thought? Also no. So I could see them slipping up. The problem will be with the Bills. And I think the Bills, they're feeling good. They just beat Kansas City. But I get hesitant because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here. Yes, they have the Cowboys. That would be an extremely hard win. The Cowboys right now are playing at such an elite level on both sides of the ball. They can find a way to beat the Cowboys. That is a huge ordeal. But then even from then on out, the Chargers are banged up. You need to take care of business there. I don't think the Patriots game is a gimme. I think Bills fans will agree with me right now. Every single game the Bills play is not a gimme because they don't always play up to the level that they're capable of. And we talked about it. The Patriots do have a very good defense. So they should beat the Pats, but will they? Time will tell. So again, the Bills still really need to handle their own business. So before we kind of get into this, can they win the AFC? The answer is yes, but they have to play 3 great weeks of football leading into that Miami game. And I do think that if they do that, that game will be for the division because I could see Miami losing one or two of the next few games.
Luke, you know, if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, you're probably a little discouraged right now. And so for those Chiefs fans out there, I'm going to bring up their remaining schedule because it's pretty juicy if you're a Chiefs fan. Patriots, Raiders, Bengals, and Chargers. Now, that makes 12 wins a serious possibility. That makes a first-round bye a serious possibility. But after seeing the way Patrick Mahomes reacted to adversity on Sunday at the end of the game, similar situation the week before, does it give you any pause? Are you a little bit worried that maybe this adversity is starting to break him a little bit?
No, I'm at the adversity rating for Patrick Mahomes, potentially breaking him. I'm at a 0 of 100. I think the guy's the ultimate warrior. I think he's a gamer. I think the more adversity, the stronger he's going to get. I get worried that the rest of his squad isn't on the same vibe as him. That's my worry for the team. But when it comes to Patrick Mahomes, I do think that they run the table from here on out. If they can get a break from Baltimore, potentially they're back in that one seed conversation. But I have a ton of faith that Patrick Mahomes will right the ship and will find somebody in that locker room to come along with him to right the ship, because they're better than the way they're playing right now. The mistakes they make week in and week out are correctable. And I think that, against the Bills might be rock bottom for such an elite team.
Finally, Luke, if I had told you before Week 14 this past week in the NFL that the AFC and NFC Offensive Players of the Week would be Zach Wilson and Tommy DeVito, respectively, what would your response have been? Because, by the way, buddy, that's exactly what happened.
Jay, I would have told you that you were clinically insane and that I was considering not coming on the show for a little bit until you apologized to me for such a horrendous thing to come out of your mouth. That's what I would have told you. I mean, that's why you love the NFL and you love any given Sunday. But it's even hard for me to believe you saying that, even though it's happened. Like, it makes no sense. But you think of it, both guys, second half, looked great. We'll talk about Zach Wilson, 0-0 at the half. Guy comes out, balls out in the pouring rain, throws for over 300, bunch of second half points. And then Tommy DeVito running all over the field. Guy looked like he ran a 4-3 the other night. I mean, he's escaping the pocket. He's down 2-minute drill. I think he had 4 or 5 straight completions. It was unbelievable. So I don't know how it happens, but that's what makes these games fun.
I agree. It's been a fun season. And by the way, if you're a Bills fan, the Mafia is all in on Zach Wilson this weekend as the Jets take on the Miami Dolphins, because they're looking for Zachy to play spoiler and just come up with an incredible game, Luke, against these Miami Dolphins. A little spoiler action.
No question. No question. The Bills control their own destiny again.
I love it. Buddy, thanks for this, and we will talk to you on Sunday night.
Sounds good.
And Thursday night, we've got an intriguing matchup. I'm just going to leave it at intrigue. Okay, folks, I'm going to leave it at intriguing. Raiders, 3.5-point home favorites over their AFC West rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers. The most intriguing part might be the fact that Justin Herbert will not play. In fact, he's out for the entire season with a broken finger. Chargers won 4 of their last 6 against the Raiders. And I said I'd see Luke Sunday because, we've got to let Luke have the odd night off. And I feel like this AFC West battle might be the time to let Luke, head out and just enjoy himself and let loose a little bit. Not too much, because he's going to be back Sunday as we follow every primetime NFL game this season.